All right, HVAC people. All right, so today, for some of y'all, this may be boring, but um, a lot of people get in trouble with this. I was lucky because I got in trouble with this early on, really, my first year, and that's got to do with sales tax. A lot of people hit me up. Hey man, I want to start my business. How do you get customers? How do you make money? But they never want to hear about, getting a good CPA or sales tax. So true enough, you got to make your money, but you got to keep your money also. What up, King? So today we're gonna be talking about sales tax. And I'm and basically this going to be in the Texas area or the state of Texas sales tax. So whatever state that you in or country you in, this may differ a bit. But I'm gonna be reading straight from the comp controller policies and handbook. But it's very important, especially if you've been running the business, you haven't been charging the correct sales tax. Because don't get it confused. Because I always knew what sales tax was, but I was on the other end of it, not running the business. I always paid sales taxes, so I didn't really know what it was. I always knew getting into business, you have federal taxes, you have state taxes, and even in Texas, we don't have state taxes. So in Texas, we only have federal and sales tax. But I ain't know nothing about sales tax at first. When I first started my business, sometime I would put sales tax on there, sometime I wouldn't. So, like I say, if anybody interested in this may be boring to some, but it's mostly for business owners or people that thinking about starting a business. This is something you got to get your ducks in a row. You got to think about this before you even start your business. Your LLC, you got to come with tax preparation. So, if you're running an HVAC business in Texas and you're charging sales tax on every single job, or worse, you're not charging it on any job, you got a problem. One of those is illegal, and the other one is coming out of your pocket when the comp controller comes knocking. So today I'm breaking down exactly when to charge sales tax, when not to, and how I got set up in my own business so my invoices are right every time. I'm gonna show you exactly how I got it set up. So listen up. I'm WW HVAC, you know what I'm saying? Owner of Washington AC and Heating out of Katy, Texas. I do residential and light commercial. And on this channel, we talk real service calls, review real tools, and the business side of this trade that nobody teaches you. A quick heads up before we get into it. This video is sponsored by Jobber. I am an ambassador with Jobber. I use Jobber for my company every single day. And real talk, I'm not a CPA. Uh, this is contractors to contractor, straight from the Texas comp controller published rules, where you verify everything with your own tax pro. So let's get into it. Here's why this matters. Sales tax in Texas is what they call a trust fund tax. That money was never yours. You collect it, you hold it, you send it to the state. Mess that up in either direction, and it gets expensive. So charge tax when you should and when you shouldn't. I'm gonna say you're over collecting, and here's the kicker: once you collect it, you have to remit it to the comp controller, even if the job wasn't taxable. You can't just pocket it, and you look bad to the customer who knows better. And I ran into that situation where I was just charging taxes. Because residential, we're going to get into it, but residential, you don't charge taxes. And when I was using those carbon copies before I got a good CRM like Jobber, like I say, man, sometime I would add taxes and sometime I wouldn't. Yeah, I remember one customer like, he's looking at me sideways, but he still paid it. I mean, I didn't know no better. Like I say, sometime I added and sometime I wouldn't. But don't charge taxes when you shouldn't. The state doesn't care that you forgot. In an audit, that tax comes out of your pocket on every commercial job you did wrong, going back years. And I've talked to contractors who found this out the hard way, you know what I'm saying, 5 figures old because nobody ever explained the rules. So let's fix that right now. So when you start your business, hopefully you can come back to this video and get the correct policies and good points. Because didn't nobody tell me when I first started. So real talk, let me show you what actually on the table if you don't get this right from day one, because I didn't know, and that's not a good defense for the comptroller. Back taxes. If you should have been collecting taxes on your commercial jobs and you weren't, the state doesn't go after the customers; they come after you for the full amount on every job you did wrong. And a standard Texas sales tax audit looks back 4 years, 4 years of commercial invoices at 8.25%. You never collected. So do the math on your own numbers. That's a truck payment. That might be a truck. And trust me, the Texas comptroller, they don't care. They will come after you. Like I say, luckily I learned the hard way my first year, and I didn't get too far back. Because on certain commercial jobs, you do have to charge sales tax. So, and they want their money. So just because you didn't charge it, trust me, they want it. So penalties and interest. The second you're late, there's a 5% penalty. Past 30 days, it jumps to 10%. Then interest starts stacking at prime plus 1%. And here's the ugly part. It backdates to when the taxes was originally due, not when they caught it. So a mistake from 3 years ago has been quietly growing this whole time. And if they decide it was intentionally, that's a fraud penalty. And it can run up 60% of what you owe on top of everything else. So criminal charges. So listen up closely, because this is the one that end careers, you know what I'm saying, in your company pretty much before you start. You're 3 years in and you can't pay your back taxes, because remember, on top of this, you got to pay federal taxes if you got state taxes in your state, and they want it. So if you collect sales taxes from a customer and don't send it to the state, that's not your money you're holding. That's trust fund money. In Texas, intentionally, they intentionally keeping collected sales tax of $1,500 or more is a felony. So that's tax evasion. If you intentionally collect $15 and they find out, I don't know how they approve it, but they got probably the best lawyers. So if they prove that you only $1,500, man, it's a felony. Now you can lose your contractor license and everything. So it's a felony, not a fine, not a slap on the wrist, a felony. And the bigger the amount, the worse the charge, all the way up to a first degree felony, same category as the serious stuff. Over an invoice. Yeah, so especially in the commercial job to where, hey, you change out 15, 20, 30 ton units and you charging that sales tax and don't remit it. That's a lot of money. They say you charge 40,000 per unit, and you ain't send that in, they're gonna come after you. All right, and it doesn't stop at the business. The comp controller can come after you personally. So the LLC might not protect you. So they can come after your house, your savings. Yes. Yeah, so that LLC, it ain't gonna protect you. So they can't come after your house, your savings. My bad, I was just reading a comment what fireworks sound like. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Mark say salute. Frank say you out in the field, man. Be safe out there, man. We got a lot of rain out here where I'm at. Supposed to be getting rain all week. So we kind of slow today. I think we got 3 calls. But I'm gonna let my tech handle that. Got a lot of stuff to do on the front end. Like taxes. But anyway, I'm not telling this to scare you, you know what I'm saying, out of the trade. I'm telling you because every single one of those outcomes is 100% avoidable. Set it up right at the beginning, keep clean books, and none of this ever touches you. So let's set it up right. Number 1 rule, residential, labor is not taxable. You know what I'm saying? Hey, in Texas, labor to repair, remodel, restore, or remain residential or maintain residential property is not taxable. And let me show you real quick. Let me share my screen. Let me see. Let me share my screen real quick. Because you can get some of this stuff right out of I'm gonna show you exactly where to go to get some of this stuff. Let's share my screen real quick. I'll share my screen. Here we go. So this is the Texas comp controller here. Just go to their website. And if I don't forget in this video, because I just did my sales tax. Well, my CPA did my sales tax yesterday. But all the information I'm giving, you can give it right out this. If you haven't set up an account with them, you see the login system. I got my username, password. I'm not going to enter it. But please, if you thinking about starting a business, if you're already starting a business in HVAC or probably pretty much any business in the state of Texas, you need to go to this comp controller and put all your information in here, set up your profile. But all the information I'm giving you is straight off their profile. I mean, oh, shoot. All right. Let me get my stuff right, man. Remove from stage because I ain't sharing the screen that I want to share. Bear with me. Edit screen, screen share, window, Chrome tab. This is it right here. Yeah, this is it right here. This Texas comp controller right here. So all the information that I'm giving you, like I say, if you haven't set up an account with them, if you've been in business, you should have been have. If you haven't did this yet, trust me, you behind. And you can have somebody, for lack of a better word, snitch on you or anything like that. Or like I say, these folks might do an audit. You got an LLC, however they do an audit, and your name pop up, and they see that you haven't paid any sales taxes. If you just doing residential, you might be okay. But if you're doing commercial, please go and set up your account. Uh, if you're in the state of Texas, whatever state you're in, probably need to find your comp controller. It might be comp controller dot Georgia. I'm not sure how other states got theirs set up, but go create your account today. Very important. All right. But like I say, I'm just reading straight. All the rules that I'm getting is from the comp controller. Like I say, we got to stay on top of it early because I already know. I be honest with you, man. You know, I be talking to a couple of my partners, and I know that they don't got some of this stuff set up. So let's try to do things by the book. All right. Well, I say we was at residential. Like I say, so in residential, um, in Texas, labor to repair, remodel, restore, or maintain residential property is not taxable. So maintenance, retrofits, um, installing equipment, you don't have to worry about residential. All right. So that means when I roll out to a house in Katy to swap a capacitor out, diagnose a refrigerant leak, replace a blower motor, my labor on that invoice, no sale tax. And like, and in a minute we're gonna go to Jobber and I'm gonna show you how to set this up. Like I say, Jobber is a sponsor of my YouTube channel. So if anybody looking for a great CRM software, I got links in the description below on every one of my videos. You'll get a great discount and a 2-week trial just to try it out. No credit card needed. It's just to try it out, see if it's a good fit for you. But a good CRM software, like I say, it's like a QuickBooks or whatever on steroids. It's going to keep everything in order, easy, so you won't have to really even think about it. It's going to automate do it pretty much a lot of the stuff for you. All right, residence is broader than you think it covers. Single family homes, duplexes, and apartments. That's a big one, so because some people do think commercial is apartments, but apartments is considered residential. Condos, nursing homes, and retirement homes. That's not commercial. They might even have commercial equipment on there, but that's considered residential. One exception is a hotel. A hotel is not residential in the state's eyes. That's a commercial. Somebody sleeps there every night, but the comp controller said it's a business. Remember that. Now, the materials are still taxable. Somebody's paying tax on that capacitor. Who pays it depends on how you write your contract. And we'll get into that in a minute. It's where most guys get tripped up. Let's do commercial. Everything is taxable. Let me see. So you're working on an office, a restaurant, a retail shop, a warehouse, a script center. The total charge is taxable. Labor and material, all of it. And here's what surprises people. On commercial repairs and remodels, work, it doesn't matter how you write the contract, lump sum or flat rate, separated, itemized, whatever. The whole invoice gets sales tax. So a real example, I go do a $1,200 RTU repair on a restaurant here in the Houston area. That whole $1,200 get tax added on top. Customer pays it. I remit it to the state. So that's not my money. So you do the math, whatever, like I say, whatever your percentage is, in Texas, 8.25%. You add that to the $1,200. Put it to the side, like I say. But if you've been doing commercial work and not charging tax or labor, stop. Call your CPA right now, today. You can get back to the video. Hey, especially if you got a CPA been doing your taxes. If he ain't mentioning it, you need to fire him. You need to get rid of him. But if he a CPA, he should know that. Like I say, especially when you start your business, this ain't like you going to H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or even TurboTax. I know some of y'all, you want to start your business and use TurboTax. I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of it too. I use TurboTax when I work for a company. But when you start a business, it's a whole different ball game. You need to get you a CPA. You need to set that money to the side, get you a real CPA. Don't go to Walmart with that little lady sitting at the desk over there. You're in the big leagues now. All right. So this is the number one exposure for shops like ours that do mostly residential and some commercial mixed in. Because right now, I'm probably about 75% residential, 25% commercial right now. So, but luckily, I know the ropes, so I don't forget. And like I say, when we get to jobber, everything is already put in there, residential versus commercial. Let's see. The Texas state rate is 6.25%. Then cities, counties, and special districts can stack up another 2% on top. So most of us are charging somewhere up to 8.25%. And that's pretty much what I charge in my area. That's my default tax rate for commercial, 8.25%. Here's the detail people miss. I'm saying the rate is based on the job site, not your shop. My office is in Katy, Texas, but if the job is in Houston, Forshire, Humble, Pearland, Missouri City, wherever, I use the rate for that address. The comptroller has a free rate lookup tool on their website. Type in the address, it tells the exact rate. Link in the description. Now, sometimes I am guilty of that. Like I say, I pretty much use 8.25%. I think that's pretty much in all the cities in my area, but it can differentiate a little bit. I do know that, but it ain't much. But I do need to, because mostly I do the same cities, but I do need to pay close attention to that myself. And like I say, they pull up the controller, their web address that I just showed you earlier, and they'll give you the exact rate for that city. All right, when not to charge. There are situations where you don't charge sales tax even on commercial work. I remember when I first get into the CPA that I have now. I've been having my CPA now for the last 5 years. Did a great job for me. He cleaned up all that mess for me because I was using a Dave Ramsey referral when I first started my business, and I forgot, but he wasn't no CPA. He was something else. I forget the name of it, man. But that dude, he the one that really didn't even tell me about sales tax. Kind of screwed my stuff up. I think start with an M. But make sure you get a CPA. Don't just get any kind of tax advisor. Get a CPA. All right. So exempt organizations, churches, because I do a lot of work for churches, and a lot of them are exempt. And there's a website that you can go to to see who on that exempt list. I could email my I probably got it in one of my email. I can find it. But there's a website too that you can see who's on that exempt list. Because a lot of times, if you send a quote or something to a church, though, they'll be like, "Hey, can you take this tax off? We should be exempt." But some of them may miss it. And you don't want to be responsible for that. So, exempt organizations, churches, government buildings, certain nonprofits, school districts. But here's the rule: they don't just tell you they're exempt. They hand you a completed exemption certificate, and you keep that on file like it's gold. No certificate, no exemption. You can verify their status directly with the comp controller. So, okay, so the comp controller has something on their site too. Like say my CPA, he gave me a website that I can go to. But that's probably the best way to do it though. And I know a lot of times, especially when you're dealing with churches or these nonprofits and they are tax exempt, and we trying to get the job done, trying to get that quote approved. But it's best to get that certificate from them. Especially if they tell you they tax exempt. Okay, well, take the time out and get me the certificate. All right, number 2, declare disaster areas. This is the big one for us in Texas. When the governor or the president declares a disaster, that's hurricane, freezes, floods, repair labor on damaged property is exempt as long as you separate separate the labor from the materials on the invoice. After the next barrel or the next big freeze, this matter. All right. So keep that in mind. This is hurricane season, so especially if you're in the state of Texas, but anywhere, Midwest, I have tornadoes in a disaster area. Make sure that we exempting those. New construction labor is not taxable. That's residential or commercial. Adding brand new square footage, first install in a building, has different rules than repair and remodeling. So if you're doing new construction, I don't do a lot of new construction. I do mostly retrofit. So it really don't applies to me. So I don't have a lot of experience with that. All right. So lump sum versus separated contracts. Okay, back to residential because this is where the materials question gets answered. 2 ways to build. Lump sum contract. I do a lot of this because most of my jobs are flat rate. So when I say lump sum, we mean flat rate. So one price for the whole job, let's say $450 to fix the AC. On the lump sum, you are the consumer of the material. You pay sales tax at the supply house when you buy the parts, and you charge the customer 0 tax, nothing. And listen, on a lump sum residential contract, you legally cannot add sales tax to the customer invoice. If you've been quoting one price and then tacking on tax on top, that's over collecting, and that's an audit finding. So that's basically you going to the supply house, you paying taxes on that, and you're gonna go charge the taxes for on that same capacitor. You're going to charge the customer taxes also. That's double dipping. We can't do that. All right. And at the end of this, if anybody got any questions, I answer. I just want to get through this real quick because this is a Jobber sponsored video as well. Like I say, if anybody interested in Jobber, click on the link in the description below. You get a 14-day free trial. Awesome CRM software. I guarantee they one of the best. Right now, I would say Jobber got to be the top 3 or the big dog, top 2. One of the best CRM softwares out there. People coming out with a bunch of different softwares, especially since we're in the age of AI. You're going to have people coming out the woodwork sending you email. Hey, I can build you a CRM software. No, Jobber tried and true, folks. I guarantee you that. All right. Separated contracts. You know what I'm saying? You itemize materials and labor parts. 180, labor 270. I know some people still do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I do flat rate, but if you itemize your invoices, this is for you. So parts, let's say 180, labor 270. Under separated, you're a retailer of those parts. You give the supply house a resale certificate. That's a form 01-339. Buy the parts tax-free, then collect sale tax from the customer on the material line only. Labor line stays untaxed. I remember when I first got with my CPA, he wanted me to do this, but I told him, nah, I'm doing flat rate. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you can get that certificate though if you want to not pay your taxes up front at the supply house. So if you with John Stone, Train, Lennox, you can get a certificate. The form is 01339 form. So write that down. If you want to be tax exempt at the counter, write that down. Form 01339. But one more rule, what you charge for material has to be at least what you paid for them. At least. I don't think none of us got a problem with that. Has to be at least what you paid for them. So of course you can mark it up. All right. So which is better? That's a business decision. Lump sum, or like I say, flat rate is simpler. Separated protects your margin on materials and looks more transparent. But whatever you pick, the tax treatment follows the paperwork. The comp control look at your written contract first, then the bid, then the invoice. All right. I'm going to show you my Jobber real quick. Let me see. I used to be more quicker than sharing my screen than this. Let me see. Let's go to this one right here. Share screen. Let's go to Jobber. All right. So we're in Jobber. This is how Jobber CRM software looks. That's the home screen. All right. As you can see, so this is my home screen. This is my demo account to show you guys. Like I say, I have a whole nother business account where I got over almost 1,000 customers in here. But this is my demo account. Let me see if I can show you, because I don't think I have no taxes or anything set up in this. Like I say, Jobber is very easy to follow along with. Like I say, no credit card required. I'm doing these demos every month, at least once or twice a month. We done did demos on campaigns, setting up campaigns for customers, how to get customers. I think I did one a couple weeks ago. Actually, I got to do another one that I may go live with because it's coming up here. I think I got to send it out on the 17th. But I think I did one last month. People asked me how I get my customers. Like I say, I'm doing campaigns. Last month was a soft campaign. July, this month is going to be a call to action campaign. But anyway, I'm sorry how easy this is to set up so you don't have to worry about it again. Once you set it, you can forget it. So you see this my front end dashboard over here. Everything look good, easy to read. See this gear icon? I'm gonna click on the gear icon. I'm gonna go to settings. You see I got settings, manage team. That can be you, your employees. You even on my managed team, I got my CPA an account on my managed team, so he can get all my books. So everything just kind of transcribe. I use Chase as my business account, so he can kind of match up my incoming invoices and stuff like that. So my CPA got access. He's one of my team members as well. But you can have employees. I got a technician. When I get technicians, this is how I can send them jobs. I got my subcontractors on here. So we get a job or install, I can send it right to them, and they'll know where to go, and they can start. They can start their timer as well. All right, like I say, man, I use Jobber all day, every day. All right, so this is how it looks on the inside. Let me see here, company. Okay, so this is what we want right here. You see, I scroll down. This is all my company info, my business hours. But you see where it says tax setting? That's where we want to set it up at right here. So we can click on any one of these buttons right here. And you see where it says tax ID? This is where you want to put your federal tax ID right here, whatever it may be. When you file your you get your LLC, your contractor license, and then this is where you're going to put your tax ID. I think it's different from I had to go. Let me look at my main account real quick. Because this may your comp control ID may go here, but I think your EIN number go here. Yeah, I think the EIN number go here. I can't double check that real quick. But let me do that here in a second. But you see where it says create taxes? You can hit any one of these buttons right here. So I'm gonna go to create taxes right here, and right here you just want to put maybe we can do internal description. I'm just gonna put sales tax. Okay. I'm gonna put sales tax right here. And then maybe under here where it say internal description, commercial sales tax. Okay. And then in my area, remember I said just 8.25%. So whatever your area is, you just putting that right here. Okay. And then, but check this out right here. Like I say, I do 75% residential, another 25% commercial. So I want to create another one, right? And you can create many of these as you need. So remember we talked about different cities or whatever may have a different tax rate. So let's say if I just created, I'm just gonna create 3. I'm gonna create 3 just for example, but you can have as many as you need, especially if you're doing like federal work and stuff like that. You're doing federal contracting and you all over the United States or all over the country or whatever. This may be useful for you, but I'm just a small business man. I kind of work locally. But I'll definitely have to use this if I start getting government contracting and stuff like that. But like I say, so I'm just gonna do 3 for example. But if I had 10 or 52, all right. So like I say, remember I said I do 75% residential. So on this one right here, I'm gonna put sales tax. But I'm on my description, I'm gonna put residential. Remember, like I say, in residential, we really don't charge sales tax on nothing. Like I said, I do flat rate. I don't do itemized anything like that. So with this bubble here, I'm gonna put default. But 9 times out of 10, when I do an invoice, it may be residential. Or what we say, 8 out of 10 to be exact. Okay, so on this one right here, I'm gonna put sales tax. Ooh. And if anybody know how I'm just speaking into a mic, you might want to check out this app called Whisper Flow. I talk to text to everything. Whisper Flow. So on this one right here, I may put let's say a town. Let's say I'm gonna do Pearland. Humble. Okay, we'll do Humble. So let's just say Humble was sales tax was 8.20. I think there's 8.25% as well, but all right. Now, you see that. So I already got my tax and stuff set up. I'm not going to put a tax ID. Okay. So I'm going to go to update settings. Bam. So as you can see, now I got my tax rate set up. Okay. Now let's do let's see if we can do an invoice real quick. So I'm gonna go to a customer, go to my clients. Let me see if I can find. So I'm gonna find me a commercial. You see, we're gonna go to Katie liquor store here. Okay. Go to Katie liquor store. I'm gonna go ahead and create a quote. I'm gonna create a quote, create a new quote. Replace a condenser fan motor. So I'm gonna title my job condenser fan motor. All right. So we got a condenser fan motor. That's a fan grill. Let's see if we can just grab one. So we're gonna put this in. You see it say replace OEM condenser fan motor. The price is $1,226. So you see it says subtotal is $1,226. Remember, this is a Katy liquor store, so this is considered a commercial property. So that's where we want to go. And you see default, you see where it says add taxes. All I'm gonna do is bam, add that taxes, search rate, hit that drop down menu, and it's in Katy, so we're gonna use 8.25%. And you see if this was a residential, we can just use that 0. But it's going to default to 0. You see it already default to 0. It ain't had nothing right there at first. So like I say, it's up to you. Do not forget to add your sales taxes. That's on you. And do it when you do a quote. That's why I'm showing you an example of a quote right here. Because a lot of times, if you forget to do that sales tax, sometimes I slip up and do that. I send a quote and forget to put the sales tax on there. But then I know when I get ready to invoice that customer, I got to put that sales tax. But some customers are going to be like, and commercial clients should know, especially if they're in the liquor store, they selling liquor and stuff like that. They know every item that they sell, they got to add taxes. So even if you forget, and they tell you, hey, I thought you said a total was $1,226. You got to tell them, man, you know I got to add sales tax. Or you can tell them, man, my CPA, he not getting it. I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna say I'm African. Sometimes I be doing work for them Africans, but I don't want to put no demographic on blast. Oh, man, you know you ain't gotta add that sales tax. Now my CPA gonna get on me, so I gotta add the sales tax. So bam, there you go right there. So we add that sales tax. So total gonna be 101.15. So $101.15 added to that. But I'm gonna show you another way too. If we just save that quote, we can save and send that quote. I can say, you can look at my past videos. I can show you how to make beautiful quotes, make it look very professional. But this is already gonna look professional. So we're gonna save that quote. and we can email it or text it to the customer. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. But I'm sure another way, if you just when you setting up your front end, you can just go to clients. Let's go to clients right here. We're gonna do it on the back end right here. So let's just say I'm gonna use another short. So we got Katie Vape Shop. This commercial client right here. Okay. Let me I'm gonna click on this pencil right here. Da-da-da. Let me see payment terms, additional info. It should be some on here. Now that I'm live, I might not be able to find it, but it should be where you just go to your customer and go ahead and already add they sell tax. Let me say I do this. I don't know if you got to do it when you actually creating a customer. Let me see. Files and media, tax, overview, client schedule, billing. Let's go to add billing. Invoice, collect payment, record deposit. I don't think that's it right here. But I know for sure you can do it. Okay, I guess this would be a video for another day, but you can assign that customer is on a sales tax rate, so you don't have to do it every time. But you gotta be careful because some maintenance and stuff like that. Reading I like to do a per invoice or per quote is like I say on maintenance and stuff like that. You may not add sales tax. All right, but that's how you do it, folks. All right. Let me see. So taxation report. Let me see. Override when needed on an individual quote or invoice. You can tap the tax rate and remove it, swap it. Church job. Okay, I think we went through that. But you see how easy it is in Jobber CRM software, folks. Like I say, so if anybody interested in Jobber, click on the link in the description below. Get a great discount. All right, now here's the part nobody wants to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway because I care about your business. Everybody know, man. Hey, I try to help out as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Somebody reach out to me. If I can't help, I will. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do a lot of this content for free. So I do care about your business. I think it's enough money out here for everybody, man. HVAC, man, it's a trillion. I know there's gotta be a $1 trillion industry, you know what I'm saying? So and it's if this a $500 billion industry, I had to look that up one day and get the exact numbers. I know for a fact I ain't getting 1% of that. So I know it's money out here for everybody. So I hope everybody succeed in it. That's why I don't mind sharing a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? So you need a CPA though on your team. You know what I'm saying? Get you a good CPA. I don't care if you got to weed through them. Get you a good CPA and stick with them. Set a budget to the side, whether that's $5,000, $10,000. It kind of like just like taxes. They say, I think I paid over 20 some $1,000 in taxes this previous year. I already know I got to add on whatever I'm paying my CPA, whether it's 6,000 or 10,000. So if I know if I got to set aside about $20,000, $30,000 on taxes, I got to put another 10,000 on that. But hopefully your CPA can keep up with your books and all your tax stuff. But my CPA, he do all my payroll stuff this once a week. I send him how many hours I had and my technician have, and I can do all that inside Jobber too. So get you a good CPA. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, not a tax software, not no TurboTax or nothing like that. Not a seasonal tax prep place. in the script center, a real CPA who knows contracting. And, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against TurboTax, HR Block, or Jackson Hewitt. Those are fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you got a W-2 job or something like that, or a standard return, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you're not a W-2. You know what I'm saying? You're running a resale certificate, flat rate versus itemized contracts, mixed residential and commercial work, materials, taxed at the supply house on some jobs and collected from the customer on others. That's not a walk-in appointment. That's a relationship. Here's how I think about it. Will you let a homeowner who watched 3 YouTube videos braze in his own compressor? No, because he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And the mistake costs 10 times the service call. Same trade, other direction. If you're not an HVAC technician, you are not a CPA, so hire one. This is a hire, plain and simple. I know you say, hey, Walt, hey, that's expensive. It's overhead. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it. Same as your insurance, same as your truck. You don't skip the insurance payment and hope nobody had a bad day. A good CPA runs you a couple $100 a month, depending on what they're handling. And remember everything I told you at the top of the video. 4 years of back taxes, penalties, interest, backdating, felony exposure. You know what I'm saying? One audit letter becomes the wrong cost, more than a decade of CPA fees. This is the cheapest insurance policy in your entire business. Because you also got to look at it like a CPA, especially if you know you're a good technician, especially the ones of us that actually put in the work, put in the hours, whether that's through school, hands-on experience. We're going to charge more than somebody just get into a business or doing like a fast paced school that just got into the business. I think I value my experience, so I'm gonna charge more than some, technician that just been in the field for 1 year. Especially if you're in states. Good thing about Texas, you're supposed to work for a company about 4 years, so you should be able to put in your dues or whatever. Then you get your contract license. But I know some states may not require a master license or contractor license or something like that. So imagine, you know what I'm saying, somebody watch a couple YouTube videos, they just get in the field and they charge more than you. You know what I'm saying? So a good CPA, man, because from what I hear, it's very difficult to get that CPA degree, or graduate from CPA school. So a CPA gonna charge accordingly, man. They get you a good one, like I say, and just treat it like it's overhead. Cause it'll save you money in the long run. You don't want no tax evading charge. You don't want them folks knocking on your door. They gonna blindside you. Like, what? I told you, cause that's what I'm living. I'm a living example. They did me like that my first year. And lucky it was my first year. And they did right though. And I brought up snitch for a reason, because somebody snitched on me. Remember, I brought up the Dave Ramsey, the guy, I forgot his name. I know his name. I just forgot his title, but he wasn't no real CPA. It was some star with an M. I just can't think of it right now. But I fired him, and that man, he turned me in. But like I say, it was my first year. I thought I was doing the right thing about searching, but I ain't really know what's different from a CPA. Man, let me see if I can find that guy's name. I ain't worried about it. But That's why I felt this conversation is important. I know it's boring, taxes and stuff like that, man, but hopefully this right here saves somebody a lot of headache, time, stress. 'Cause that was a very stressful time for me. I'm like, man, I'm just getting started, man. I can't win for losing. Them folk want me to go back to work 9 to 5. And ain't nothing wrong with that either. All right, one more thing while we're here. Keep good books from day one. That's very important too. Like I say, hopefully your CPA can do books for you, but you can separate the two. You know what I'm saying? You can get you a CPA and somebody that does books also. You know what I'm saying? But get you a good CPA and books, because if you don't keep good books and something like Jobber CRM software, it's gonna keep all your invoices and stuff like that, your quotes, everything. So it's gonna help you out with your books. But if you got a good CPA, they gonna charge you more if your books ain't in order, because they gotta, at the end of the year or around tax time, they gotta sort through all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you'd rather have somebody keeping your books up on a monthly basis, whether it be quarterly basis, however you got it set up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna take them time to go through all your receipts, go through all your invoices and all that stuff. So it's best to just get you a good bookkeeper and do it on a monthly or quarterly basis. All right, the comp controller has a pecking order when they audit you. Written contract first, then the bid, then the invoice. If your paperwork is in a shoebox or receipts and a prayer, the auditor gets to estimate what you owe. And that's another thing. They will do that. Like when I was using no carbon copies, and all your invoices, even my carbon copies, I still got them in my file cabinet. So luckily I ain't throw none away. You know what I'm saying? So we sorted that out and I paid them, like I say, because I was double dipping, charging my residential clients sales tax on stuff I already paid sales tax for at the counter. But luckily I kept every invoice though in my file cabinet early on. I still got them. I think you're supposed to keep them for about 8 years or something like that. But I got everything. Maybe 4 years. I think it's 4 to 8 years or something like that. So don't throw nothing away. That's why that's very important too, especially this days and time, man. Get you a good CRM software. So even a lot of people ask too, hey, what if I decide to leave my CRM software? You're gonna always have access to your account. So even if something happened and you unable to pay, uh, whether you pay monthly or yearly, or you decide to go to another CRM software, you can always have access to your old stuff, all your customers stuff. So you'll never lose that. So as long as you have your username and password, you'll have access to it. So if you get audited now, let's say if you had a jobber in 2020 or something like that, you're not using them no more, and you get audited, and your comp controller say, "Hey, let me see your books from 2020." You can still go back. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not using jobber anymore. So if it's 2026 and you decide to sign up, and then hey, I don't like jobber. I like another. I want to try another. You can end it, and like I say, as long as you got your username, password, and they got one of the best customer service too. So even if you get your password, there are ways to log back into your account. So you don't never lose your customers. You don't never lose any of your past invoices or anything like that. So you can keep good books. All right, man. But I'm getting tired, man, and but I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Hopefully, let's do a recap real quick. Hopefully, this save somebody some trouble. Then I'm gonna scan the chat and see if anybody got any questions. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and land this plane. Residential, repair labor, no tax. Materials are taxable. Who pays depend on whether it's flat rate versus line items. Commercial repair, tax on everything, labor and material, no matter the contract. Rate follows the job site up to 8.25%. No tax for exempt organization with a certificate. Declare disaster areas, repairs with labor uh, stated separately, and new construction labor. Get it wrong, and it's back tax penalties, interest. And if you keep collected tax, that's felony territory. None of it's worth it. And it's all avoidable. So educate yourself, whether you're using ChatGPT, Claude, any of these AI sites in today's age, there's really no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So you need to talk to your AI agent, whatever you got going on, because it really no excuse now. Like I don't know the information, then nobody tell me. Because especially when I started my business, they didn't have. Remember, we didn't have AI. Remember, AI is new, so really no excuse now. The AI will find that information, and you can vet it. I hear a lot of people, "Hey, AI just told me the wrong thing." Man, take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt. I never really had any problem with AI because I'm gonna try to dig deeper until I get the right answer anyway. So even if somebody telling me, a person telling me, I ain't finna just go by exactly what they say either. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna research what they tell me too. So even if you listen to the sound of my voice now, you still, at least I'm pointing you in the right direction now. It's up to you to dig a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? All right, so set it up once in your CRM software, keep clean books, and put a real CPA on your team. That's the whole system. One more time, I'm not a CPA. Verify your situation with a tax pro before you change anything. But now you know the question to ask, and that alone puts you ahead of half of the trucks on the road. All right. So if you want to run your business the same way I use, Jobber is in the description. 20% off your first 6 months through my referral link. Click on my referral link. A lot of people hit me up. Hey, man, hey, I signed up with Jobber, man. Thanks to you, man. I say, man, you use my referral link? Nah, I ain't use your referral link, man. I just called them up. Nah, man. Click on my referral links. I get a little something on the side, you know what I'm saying, to help me do videos like that. Keep me motivated to share some of this information if you use my referral link as well. But Jobber is a great sponsor. See, I got stickers on the back of the wall back there, you know what I'm saying? So I do represent Jobber because I use them every day, man. I'm talking about they help me grow my business so much. I have signed a lot of people up. So shout out to everybody that have used my referral link, man. I really appreciate it. And I ain't really had no complaints. 99.9% of y'all loving it. And I know it's helping y'all business grow as well. All right. But also, though, hey, y'all visit the HVAChouse.com. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. Man, you see that T? The HVAChouse.com. You know what I'm saying? Get you some merch. Got some clean tees on there, man. I think we got over 50 some designs right now. I don't know. I'm steady coming up with ideas to put out there. My latest one, man, I got an embroidered HVAC with kind of like with the USA colors. You see this one right here? It got the snowflake with the fire. So we represent HVAC. Y'all seen me with James Winston, man. We chopped it up. I told him I'm an HVAC contractor. You know, he was sweating. He had his Viking uniform on, representing Norway. You know what I'm saying? But we had a good time out there, man. But he was like, man, we sure need some HVAC right now. It's hot out here. I think we was in Dallas, folks. So you know it was hot up there too. But anyway, man, we're gonna go through the chat. Then we can go through the chat. I don't see too much stuff I said. What's up, King Frank? We got Mark. He say salute. Somebody say, what does fireworks sound like? I'm in the field as well. It's been raining since yesterday. Yeah, man. I think we probably getting rain down this way all week. Yeah. Let me see. Chanel 00123 said, "Can I still get hired if I went to trade school but haven't gotten in the field after 2 years?" Yeah, man. Hey, like I say, it's up to you, man. If you still here, Chanel, I know that was at 7:57. That was an hour ago. I was a little long-winded on this video. And this video probably could have went 2 or 3 hours. We could do episodes on taxes, man. Cause like I say, that's just the sales tax part of it. You do federal, but I know that you probably not still here because you're not even in the field yet. It's mostly for contractors. But shout out to 123, man, never too late. Because even me, I was in that same situation. And a lot of people tell you, man, just by getting your foot in the door, never give up. I got introduced to HVAC, what we call after Hurricane Katrina, as far as what we call Project Rebuild. They had something going on the Gulf Coast because I'm from Mississippi. I was on the Mississippi Gulf Coast for probably about 5 or 6 years during the Katrina area. Because Mississippi Gulf Coast get overlooked a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a smaller place. A lot of people, when they think about Katrina, they think about New Orleans because the levees broke. But the Mississippi Gulf Coast, when I say it got destroyed and demolished, everything on Highway 90. I remember, dude, Highway 90, we used to have casinos actually on in the ocean, in the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And when you think about a casino, the casino was on barges. If you know a barge, when you see all those stacked, what you call the 18-wheeler cartons, where they be stacked, you'll see them. I know y'all seen them. It be stacked up high, man. I'm talking about it probably 20 those cargoes. I forgot what you call them, stacked up on those ships. But those are what barges is. We had casinos on the barge. Man, them thing might be a half a mile long or whatever. But when Katrina came, it lifted those barges up, and everything that was, I'm talking about residential, commercial property, when it lift up out the water, it came across the highway. Everything in its path is just wiped out. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how I got introduced to HVAC. You know what I'm saying? My folks always told me, man, you need your skill. And everybody know I got in a little trouble, you know what I'm saying? Some bull crap, you know what I'm saying? I had felony on my background at the time, so it was hard for me to get a job. And I remember my granddaddy told me, God rest his soul, he passed away now, man. But he told, hey, also Rip Daniels, he's on the radio down in the Gulf Coast. But my granddad always told me, man, you're gonna have to get you a skill. 'Cause my granddaddy was a mechanic. My granddad had one arm. You know what I'm saying? He was a mechanic. I had another granddad was a plumber. But he always told me, man, you need a skill. So I guess I'm more like the Booker T. Washington than W.E.B. Du Bois. My family, we pretty much, you know what I'm saying, we in the skilled trades. Especially coming up back in them days, as far as the men anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I push that Booker T. Washington, man, I love the skilled trade. But long story short, before I get too winded, my long answer going back to Chanel 0023. When was Hurricane Katrina? Hurricane Katrina like 2008, 2007 or something like that. Let me see real quick. When was Hurricane Katrina? It was in August. I know it was in August of 2005 with Hurricane Katrina. I ain't get an HVAC job until 2012. So I did Project Rebuild around 2006 in the Gulf Coast. It was like a free government program. I went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. It was an 8-week course. You know what I'm saying? They put you in what you do the classroom books or whatever. Then they put you in there. You know how it go. You troubleshoot the equipment in the warehouse or whatever. But man, that was 6 years later before I landed a job. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, you know, people want to hire me. Whatever, you got a felony, you got something on your background. So I one of the ones too. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like say you let me put this on here. So you it's just been 2 years ago for you. So I always tell people though, if you really want it, you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want it, you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do whatever it takes to get your foot in the door. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Are you really putting the work in? Are you really putting the applications in to get in this field? You know what I'm saying? Then once you get in the field, your word is your bond. You got to do what you say you're going to do. You know if it's hard to get in, it may be hard to get in it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because if everything is easy to get into, everybody be doing it. And this ain't no easy trade. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we may make it look easy, but it ain't all that easy. All right. He said, what companies are good to start apprenticeship journey? I don't know. Whatever company that's hiring apprentices. That's why I say you have to, whoever gonna get the opportunity, man, you gotta sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? Eh, you gotta go in there and be like, hey man, hey, if you don't give me the opportunity, somebody gonna give me the opportunity. So it's gonna be your loss. You got to kind of come in with that confidence. I know it's kind of hard to come in with the confidence when you don't know nothing, but you just got to be a good worker. You got to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of companies now are hiring good people because a lot of people know that they can teach somebody how to do something. So we're after good people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of companies want fresh techs as well that don't know nothing because they don't have any bad habits. But you got to have a good work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if you tell somebody you're gonna do something, do it. Be about that. But good luck, man. Keep keep. But man, so many companies in Houston though, in Houston and the surrounding areas, man. I would tell, man, make you a list about 20 companies. Put an application in now with every one of them. Find their phone number. Look them up. Put it in ChatGPT. Hey, what are 20 commercial companies, 20 residential companies? That's 40 companies right there that going to pop up. Pop, 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 pop. Put an application in with all of them. Call all of them. Send them email. Send your resume. Try to get you an interview. Especially in the summertime right now, people are hiring. You know, once they say no, start over again. Call them the next week. So that first week, you're going to call all 40 of them because you're going to do 20 commercial, 20 residential. Start at the top, 1 through 20. You get 20 no's that Monday through Friday. That next Monday through Friday, you need to start over on that same list. Call all of them. I'll make you another list too. Because there's way more than 40 companies in this area. I can tell you that right now. Hey man, I get that all the time. People say I sound like Mike Epps, man. I hope I don't sound like the Day Mike Epps though. You know what I'm saying? I don't sound like Day do it. But I get that all the time, man. People say I sound like Mike Epps. Do you have any tips for taking a business finance exam and trade exam? I mean, well, I'm sure you got the books. You know what I'm saying? This read and study through the books. To me, the business for me now, the financial was the easy part. I know it might be different, but either way, you got to study. Even if you're a good technician or whatever, if you go into that contract exam thinking your technician skill is gonna get you to pass that test, you got another thing coming. I thought I was the best tech in the world without taking that. I failed my first time because I went out like, oh man, nah, man, you got to study. You do have to study. I think they give you 4 hours for that test, and it took me every bit of 4 hours for each of the tests. You got to study. It ain't like you just going out and diagnosing a unit or something like that. Yeah. They're no freight. Because I just filed for my LLC after quitting the company I was at because I was sick of the BS. I can't wait to get my EIN back so I can get the business account going. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck. Um, yeah, so you sound like you already jumped out in that water. You know what I'm saying? Then filed your LLC. Ain't no wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying? Burn the bridges up, man. Be like, ain't no going back. However way. um, Me personally though, I stayed with the company that I was with until I grew some clientele. But to each his own though. You know what I'm saying? I work for a company, switch vans. I take all this stuff out their van, put it in my van. I would tell people too, I was duplicating everything. As far as I was getting vacuum pumps. Cause you'll get tired, especially if you working on the side while you're working for a company. Oh man, you gonna get tired of I remember the days putting one vacuum pump into my truck. A lot of people they know I had a Dodge pickup truck when I first started. That's why I was working out of. Man, I got tired of put the recovery machine in here. And then, oh man, the worst part was this say if I had a job probably about 25 miles away from the house or something like that. And then I was taking stuff out the company that I was working for, putting it in my truck, running my, and keep in mind, I have my contractor license though, folks. I always tell people, man, get your contractor license first. Even if you're gonna do side jobs, get your contractor license first. You know what I'm saying? Then do the side hustle. Don't be doing side hustle. You ain't got your contractor license, man. Because folks, whatever happened, man, you can have one accident and then you done messed up before you even got started. It don't take number one amber or something like that. You done set somebody's house on fire. You ain't got no insurance or nothing like that. So when you get your contract license, they're gonna make you get your insurance. But back to man, I remember I parked the hunting van, starts throwing stuff in my truck. I'm finna go run a job. And like I say, man, you can 25 miles away, you gonna forget something, man. I'm like, I swapped the compressor out, get everything brazed in, put the nitrogen in, got my nitrogen hole. I'm finna go to the truck, get my vacuum pump. Man, I forgot the vacuum pump. Oh man, I forgot the vacuum pump. I'm 20 miles away. It's hot as already probably because like I say, I don't work all day for this company right here. So it's already 6, 7 o'clock. These folks hot. Customer hot, ain't got no vacuum pump. You know, little stuff like that, man. Or it could be your, you know, you can be your torches. Oh man, I forgot the torch set. So like I said, if you're gonna do stuff on the side, just duplicate everything. Go ahead and outfit your truck. So all you gotta do is park their company truck and hop in yours. You already know you got everything set up that you need. So duplicate all your tools. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta give a shout out to Frank, man. What's up, Frank Evans, man? Frank always supporting the channel, man. Frank always supporting other, you know, just businesses. Other, I see him on other channels. You know what I'm saying? I always support it, man. I appreciate you, big dog. Let me see. Tips for the first year starting your own company, man. So that's pretty much what this video about, man. Don't the first tips, man, be honest with you, man, just get everything set up. Set up you a good foundation, man. That's really some of the best tips that I can give you as far as get all your ducks in a row. Don't you ain't got to go out there now to each his own now. I know there's probably some contractors out there. I'll be watching some videos. They can be lawn care, anything, man. These folks talking about they done made 3, 4, $5 billion the first year. I'm like, man. My advice though, man, just I just get you a solid foundation. Like I say, know how to do your sales tax. What this video was about: sales tax, federal taxes, state taxes. Get you a good CPA. You know what I'm saying? Get you a good CRM software from out the gate, and just build that foundation, man. And then because the money gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So just build you a solid foundation. you know, have your logos, get your LLC, get your insurance, decide what you're gonna do, residential, commercial, to get you a good foundation, man. And then, you know, uh, good customer service, get your Google reviews up, get you a Google My Business page. I think it's called something else now. But you know, Google My Business page and stuff like that. You're gonna have people reaching out nowadays, and because people have discovered me on ChatGPT and stuff like that. But all of that stuff is they pulling in from Google. I'm pouring down out there, man. I'm gonna give me some breakfast, man. I'm finna get ready to watch that Spain and France game. Watch some FIFA. Let me see. Do you record with your Meta glasses or for shorts mainly? Man, I just like the Meta glasses, period, man. I don't do a lot of recording with these glasses on. I honestly don't. I just like it, like to ask courses and stuff like that. But I do, when I think about it, I'll record with them, but you know what I'm saying? But I just like, hey, I'd be like, hey, Meta, what's the weather? Hey, Meta, what time it is? Or hey, Meta, what's the definition of something? Yeah. And I work out. Like this morning, I got up and work out at 5 something this morning. I usually walk or run 3 miles, and but it was raining this morning. I started walking. I was like, nah, because I actually put the metal glass in my pocket because if you get them wet, they will mess up. But I just like to listen to audio books or podcasts and stuff like that. Or if I find me an interesting YouTube, let me see what I was listening to this morning. When I'm working out, though, I just like I have to listen to some. And I'm the type I can't listen to music when I work out. I know a lot of people like to get crunk and listen to music. I can't listen to music when I work out. So yeah, I was listening to this podcast, man. This dude right here this morning. And this dude here, he got an England accent or something like that. This dude podcast, he having different people on there talking about businesses and stuff like that, how they growing their business, what type of AI softwares they using. So, cause this dude talking about this AI software right here helped him quit his 9 to 5 job. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I did like listen to podcasts. I don't do a lot of recording on it, but I do some recording on it. Most recording I do on it, though, is probably me and my wife going out or something like that. Um, but I ain't been doing a lot of in the field recording. All right, let me see. 9-4 say, I plan on having a van, business insurance, QuickBooks, and a good CPA. That's good, man. Get you a good CPA. Like I say, get you a good CRM software too. Look into Jobber. And like I say, QuickBooks and Jobber gonna talk together. You know what I'm saying? It's what we call integrate. Um, like I say, in the future, you can start integrating with stuff like Company Cam. But like I say, I wouldn't worry about stuff like that getting started. But a lot of overhead stuff is a write-off. So the best to make your job a lot easier, like I say, Jobber, even Company Cam with me, especially if you're gonna be doing property manager. A lot of property manager stuff may make you take pictures and stuff like that. Man, if you can have a seamless Company Cam, man, that was a game changer for me. I knew about Company Cam years ago, even when I worked for Hunting, way back in like 2018. They was doing Company Cam. We was using Company Cam. But I just incorporated Company Cam in my business, I think in 2025. I've been using it. This is my second year now. Oh man, I should have been using it, but we live and we learn. A lot of stuff you do got to try out. A lot of this stuff is not no scam, folks. Just got to try it out. Frank say, don't be in a rush to get the money. It's coming. Yeah, I agree. Start your good foundation, do a good job, and the money will come. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the money will come. I appreciate you, bro. I watch your videos religiously. Appreciate you. Long haul trucker. So I help him out a lot. New tech and apartment maintenance, but I want to own my own, retire for business and working for other people. That's what's up, man. If that's a goal, speak it to existence. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and get it. An apartment, I don't know how to structure it, but that's a great way to learn the trade. Especially if you got an apartment, you know what I'm saying? You got 50 units, man. Go work on them. You know what I'm saying? Work on them. Like I say, I just posted a video the other day as far as don't just know the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what a TXV is. Really study, diagnose it, break it down. I always tell people, hey, get that. I think I gave mine to my technician. I got the PDF version though, the Modern Refrigeration Handbook. It's like our Bible for HVAC. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it, go to Amazon, wherever. You can get the PDF version, the Modern Refrigeration Handbook. Dissect it. Let me see if I got it on my desktop. Let me see. I don't know if I got it on here. Yeah, man, I break it down, man. Break that schematic down piece by piece. Know what that schematic is. A lot of people say, man, I just don't understand schematic, man. Break it down. I would tell people, man, you ain't in school no more, man. Ain't nobody gonna babysit you. If you in HVAC, most likely you're grown. You in the real world. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a teacher gonna give you an A, B, or C, D grade. Nah, man, you gotta grade yourself. You know what I'm saying? Life, you in life now, you gotta get a good grade out of life. Ain't nobody for to give you no A, B, no C, no D. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go get your own grade. You gotta get out here and get it now. You know what I'm saying? You grown, you in the real world. I thought I had the Modern Refrigeration Handbook, service certificate. I got so much stuff on this computer. I have to find it. Yeah, a lot of people be like, man, you ought to, I like to teach my own way. Some people like, hey, man, you ought to start a class and you ought to teach. I ain't really into that, though. And even me, man, I ain't really like school coming up, but I was already pretty much I was a decent student. I always had good grades, but when I was coming up though, like I said, I always get suspended. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I was coming up, they give you the unsatisfactory. I have all A's or all B's or something like that, but I got a U. Uh, what was the category? Disciplinary or I don't know. I would get a U though. Unsatisfactory behavior, unsatisfactory. I'm a class clown. You know what I'm saying? Cause I already knew the work anyway. You know what I'm saying? I laugh if somebody ain't know the answer to something. I'm busting out laughing. You know what I'm saying? I was the class clown, man. Messing with the girl. Cause I already know. I was studying. My mom always told me, I say my sister, she really had to study. You know what I'm saying? I used to get a lot of that stuff just naturally, but I would pay attention. So even if I was a class clown, I'm kind of paying attention at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But distracting other folks. So so going back to what I was saying though, as far as school, man, you know what I'm saying? As far as that classroom, you got to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if so, my point is, even if you was kind of like me, didn't really enjoy school or something like that, you're in the real world now. You got to sit down at that book. If you don't like to read, you got to figure out a way to get that information because hands-on experience is not going to be enough. You got to kind of break it down by paragraph. Even, and like I say, you in the real world now. You don't have no teachers. It's not going to be anybody rushing you. You got AI stuff like that kind of help you. When you get that book, and you got to kind of If it take you an hour to read a sentence, let it, or I ain't gonna say an hour to read a sentence. 'Cause ain't nobody that slow. If it if it take you an hour to understand something, like an hour to understand a paragraph, let it be. If it take you all night to understand that paragraph for you to get the theory of it, because we got to know the theory. That's when that light bulb gonna switch. That's when we not a part changer. That's when we know, okay, I get it now. So you on your own time, really what I'm trying to say for lack of a better word. You on your own time, you gonna grade yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get it though, that's when life gonna start rewarding you. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're gonna start enjoying the fruits of your labor and stuff like that. Once you once you get it, you know what I'm saying? That life just gonna happen to where, okay, we're gonna reward and okay, it's paying off now. Cause you ain't gonna know all this stuff, man, and not get rewarded. Life don't work like that. The laws of the universe, if you put the time in, you put the effort in, I guarantee you, you're gonna get rewarded. Period. It is how it works. That's the law of the universe. You gonna get rewarded. But if you like when I was in school too, I used to cheat. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old girl here right here. You know what I'm saying? I know she's smart. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get the information out of her. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Gonna flip, gonna flip it like that. Or I used to I write the answer down on my sleeve. I know how to get over. You know what I'm saying? But life don't work like that. You gotta know it. You can't just cheat like, oh man, you hope you change that contactor and it worked. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't nah, man. Just know why it went bad or something like that. Just know, you know what I'm saying? Just know why. Cause sometimes I know I've been in a situation to where okay, if I change, I'm hoping if I change this part is gonna work. Let's say if a TXV bad or something like that. Um, Now you know change that TSV out and it still got low suction pressure, something like that, because you ain't really dig deep into it and search that system and maybe seen the blower wheel dirty or a filter been jammed up in the blower motor for 1,000 years and you just ain't taking, you know what I'm saying? So now the customer think that it was the TXB because you finally found that plug filter that's in there and you snatched it out of there. And but you know deep in your heart, that's what it was. It wasn't that TXV. Little stuff like that, man. The universe knows how. That's like Frank was saying earlier, the money gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Just get the foundation and stuff like that going, get your stuff set up right, run you a legitimate business, and people gonna find you. The universe will reward you. All right. Do you need a sales tax certificate when starting a company or that's not necessary? Like I say, we went over that in the video. We explained that. Like I say, you don't need a sales tax certificate are if you're gonna be charging flat rate. If you charging line items and stuff like that, and 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 you don't want to pay sales tax up front at the counter when you go to the supply vendors and stuff like that, get you a sales tax certificate. But to me, the easy way, like I said, I charge flat rate. I pay sales taxes when I'm going to my suppliers, whether it be equipment and material. And yeah, I just pay it up front. But if you don't want to pay it up front, you want to save and pay it at the end of the year, something like that, or charge your customers per line item for all that material and stuff like that. To me, that's just a headache. I'd rather just pay it. Hey, if I go to the supply house, they say a capacity $40, man, let me pay the taxes on it. I'm not gonna charge the customer, and then I'd rather do it that way. But if you want to be exempt from it, yes. All right. And like I say, go to the Texas comp controller, whatever state you're in, your comp controller, 305, at 305 MIAO. You have to find your sales tax information in your area. Because I just quit my job to start my own HVAC business. I was fed up with the BS. Luckily, I have some money saved or I wouldn't have quit. Yeah, man. Shouts out to y'all for quitting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, long as you got some money saved up. But lot of y'all, man, like I say, once if you fed up, you just fed up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got different circumstances or whatever, where you got a family, you got a wife, you got kids, you single, you making do it on your own. If you got money saved up, you don't have money saved up. But whatever you do, do it wisely. Don't put too much stress on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can get another job until you um I always tell people, man, just because you work for a company don't mean you got to stop putting in applications. You can find a good fit for you. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a good company and they got BS, but they teaching you a lot, you can put up with it. And, you know, if you're getting a bunch of experience from them, you got to find a good fit for you and see if it's worth it, though. Yeah, don't, because the company not going to be loyal to you, so don't be loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? I've been in business for 6 months, but I want to start making some content. Do customers ever tell you they don't want the camera in their home? Oh yeah, I get that all the time. You got to respect that. I had a comment the other day. A guy was like, "Hey man, I like your videos, but man, you got 2 minute video pointing to the ground." And that's a conscious decision that I make, man. I try not to go in people's houses and just, you know, and have the camera all up in their face or showing a lot of their personal stuff. But yeah, hey, it's Walter. Hey, good morning. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, what's your pressures there? And that's an R22 system. Yeah. Tell her we probably just top that unit off, or I'm gonna put a quote in, just top it off, and we can add leak sealant. But do a leak search for them. But how hard it is to get into that evaporator coil? And it's raining on your end too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but since it's low, tell her yeah, a slab. Well, on the inside, you can go ahead and do a leak search on the inside. Just see if you see anything. But 9 times out of 10, just let her know, man. We're going to come back on a dry day. But if you get anything on the inside, don't worry about trying to do no leak search on that condenser out there. It's raining too bad. So go ahead and just do a leak search at that evaporator coil for. But she's a good customer, I know her. But at the end of the day, tell her we'll probably end up having to just come back and top it off, or she want to go ahead and upgrade. I know she probably don't want. But yeah, because that says in what, in 2020 or something like that. Yeah, so it's about 21 years old now. If it got it, but I don't think it had no significant leak in it. So tell her we can just charge it up, and but you got to. Yeah, it's just borderline. Yeah. You probably put 1 to 3 pounds, and that should be fine. But let them know it'd be $200 per pound. We can go ahead and just charge it up. Yeah, so we go ahead and charge it up for her. You know, it probably get it through the summer, but just let her know that if it's low in refrigerant, that's a sealed system, so it has to be leaking somewhere. So we can't guarantee how long it's going to last, but like I said, it's not that low, so I'm sure she'll probably be fine. And then just find out too how she ever had to add any refrigerant to it.
But that's for sure. You want me to use the link for it on the platform, right?
Yeah, yeah. If it's easy access to get to it, yeah.
All right. I'll get there. I'm gonna go with those people in Taylor and people see like.
All right. Yeah. All right. Be safe, man. If it's lightning out there, don't worry about Yeah. We just had to come back on a better day because you got another call after that.
Yeah. I'm not sure where it is, but it's American Home.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. All right. Let me see. I've been a bit Yeah. To answer your question, yes. Yeah, but it's more friendly for small contractors like ourselves. That other one, I remember when I first started, I tried to get with them. They want you to be down there making $1 million a year or something like that. But to start off, like I say, man, Jobber one of the best CRM softwares. Yes, CRM software, that means customer relationship management, and that's what it is. Because you want to have that when you building the foundation, you want to have a relationship with your customers. And like I say, this one send text message, reminder. That's how you get your Google reviews. All that's integrated into Jobber CRM software. Like I say, every quote that you ever send them, they'll have it. So every job you probably can find something to do upsell. Send them a quote. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't approve it, they can always have it. So this, for example, let's just say if you go to a job and then they don't have a condensate flow switch, you can send them a quote on putting a new condensate flow switch, and then it's up to them if they want to approve it or not. 6 months later, if they sealing, leaking, or something like that, um, you can say, hey, they can go because Jobber has uh, um, a dashboard for the customers as well. So they can always see their quotes or invoices, and then they can go to their dashboard. It's going to be like their own client portal, though. Everything that you ever sent them, you send them a quote, be like, hey, you can go to your client portal and then go approve that quote that we sent you. Or you it's cover your you know what too. Be like, hey, I understand that the ceiling collapsed. We I sent you a quote on putting the condensate flow switch out that will shut that unit off, and it wouldn't have caused your ceiling to collapse like that. Well, it's stuff like that. That's customer relationship management right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I guarantee, I recommend getting that out the gate. Like I said, I was using carbon copies when I first started, but I was told by the CRM software. I do a lot of research on a bunch of different things. I knew what a CRM software was, but I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was like a QuickBooks on steroids. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't like to go in a lot of depth either. I was using QuickBooks desktop. If anybody know about that, because I didn't want month payments on a lot of things. So I would use QuickBooks desktops. And when I went to Best Buy and bought the little disc. And that's old stuff. That's like 1990, man. So if you're gonna do QuickBooks, you might well do QuickBooks online. You know what I'm saying? You got more capability, but don't get QuickBooks and the CRM software twisted. Two really totally different things. I don't think on QuickBooks you can pretty much do send invoices and quotes and keep up with your books. Jobber, like I say, that's where the customer relationship management come in. So if anybody interested though, click on the link in the description below. You get a 20% off and 14-day free trial just to try it out though. So like I say, you no credit card required. You can go click on my link, set up your account right now and get an idea of what's going on. And if you got QuickBooks or any one of the other software, CRM software like you mentioned, all you got to do, Jobber gonna give you those. You mentioned Service Titan. They got a CSV file. It's 1,000 most CRM software that I can name, but they got a CRV file. All you got to do is drag and drop it into your Jobber CRM software, and all your customer stuff is just going to. Let's say you got QuickBooks, all your customer information is going to go right into Jobber. Name, address, phone number, email, all that stuff. You don't have to enter each customer again. You can drag and drop it. All right. Because say, who were you working with before you started your own business? So I don't know if you just came in, but I was explaining about I started with Project Rebuild after Hurricane Katrina. So that was in 2006. I didn't get a job until 2012. So it's 6 years later. So like I say, I would put applications in Mississippi when nobody give me no opportunity. So I say, hey man, I gotta pack my bags and head out west. The wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? That's how they used to do it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all go check out me and my wife watching right now. Little House on the Prairie, man. Little House on the Prairie. They got a new episode on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the old school New House on the Prairie? I know I'm probably telling my age. You know what I'm saying? We used to watch new Little House on the Prairie coming up. Anyway, they got a remake series of Little House on the Prairie. Check it out, man. It's good, man. I think we're about episode 3 or 4. But yeah, man. Hey, back in the day, man, that's what they used to do, man. If it wasn't working out for them, you know what I'm saying? A monster population, you know what I'm saying? They headed out west. So that's what I had to do. I head out west, you know what I'm saying? And then I stayed in my truck, man, for a whole year before I got an opportunity because I ain't had none but a full tank of gas when I came here and a couple $100 to my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, man, I'm for the head out west, for give me an HVAC job. I'm for to do it big. No, man, ain't work like that. I still put out so many applications. I was at the Winds Force Job Center, whatever, putting in application. Still, when nobody give me no opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But finally, Waste Service gave me an opportunity. So that was the first company that I worked with, a company called Waste Service. And like I say, like I mentioned to who there was earlier, you know what I'm saying? When I talk, man, I don't just be talking. I talk from my experiences. You know what I'm saying? I don't really talk about what somebody done told me. A lot of where I am today, man, I did most of this stuff on my own. I know that's hard to believe, but a lot of stuff I did on my own. Ain't nobody really helped me out none. So I was talking what Chanel 023. Like I say, when somebody gave me an opportunity and I told them, look them folks in their eye, look that man in the eye, shake his hand, let them know that I'm gonna be on time every day. First one, last one to leave. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have you a great employee. I'm gonna respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? I really meant that. You know what I'm saying? I really gave my all. So I stayed with that company. I stayed with Waste Service for I think matter of fact. I can prove it to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing out here, man. Look, see that? I got your boy with war right there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. You know what I'm saying? He say Waste Companies. 5 years of service right there. Got my name right there. Why? Got your boy a plaque. Got a plaque, man. Stay with that company about 6-7 years. They actually helped me get my contractor license. So stay with them 6-7 years, and then 2018, that's when I got my contractor license. You see this plaque right here say 2017. Got my contractor license, and I started working with Hunting. Hunting, they don't do really pretty much number train. You know what I'm saying? I worked for Train for another 2 years. So, but the first year when I went to Train, because I didn't want to jump out there. I already knew when I was Waste Service, I got my contractor license. But that's the only HVAC company I ever worked for. And I got blessed. I started with commercial. I always tell people this story too, because a lot of people wouldn't do this, especially the folks around this age. I started in 2012 making $8 an hour. I had another company. And remember I told you, I stayed in my truck for almost a whole year and a half before I got the opportunity to start working. And sometimes when somebody give you opportunities or you get a job opportunity, everybody want to hire you at the same time. But when Waste Service called me, it was another company called me too at the same time. And that's why, but I know I'm about to start rolling now. And it was June of 2012. I had another residential company call me. They were gonna start me off at $18 an hour. running duct work. But when I talk to this man here and we talking, I ain't had no more gas in my car. I'm almost done, man. I'm almost about to go back to the SIP. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm like, man, there's 1,000 degrees here, man. I don't know how much more I can take. I'm down to my last dollar. But anyway, man, me and him talk. You know what I'm saying? There was a commercial company right here, Waste Service, and pretty much Waste Service. He was like, man, I don't want you to know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because just as far as experience or whatever, he was like, and when I say I'm talking from experience, I know companies will hire people that don't have no experience because they don't want all that baggage. That's pretty much what he told me. He wanted somebody that's green. I ain't know nothing. Like I say, I just did a project rebuild or a course way back in 2026. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't know nothing about HVAC at the time in 2012. I just know that that's what I wanted to do. That's what I came here for. And I would study on my own. I got my EPA license and stuff on my own before I came. I actually got my GED and everything because I ain't had none of that. I had no GED or nothing. But I know when I came to Texas, I know I at least needed a GED. You know what I'm saying? So I got all that, you know what I'm saying, before I came here. I studied for my GED in the back of my van before I left with my truck. So yeah, man, but they gave me that opportunity. I would like to say, man, hey, somebody give you opportunity, man, stick by it. So even when you feel comfortable working for that company about a year or two, everything is gravy. Now I remember that first day, man, when you really wanted it bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to work over that. You got to wake up with that attitude every day. That's pretty much what I did. I had my bad days, my good days, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But every day, man, I would get up and grind. I still do that. It don't working. I work on my own right now. I'm still working. Get up at five something every morning, 5 or 6. It's like a clock. I gotta get up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no laying in no bed. I can't lay in no bed no 8, 9 o'clock. When I was young, I used to do that, man. My early 20s or whatever. Yeah, man. You stay up 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, come home from the club, you know what I'm saying? Hey, 2 p.m. Getting up, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but hey, I wasn't getting no bread back then though. You know what I'm saying? When I got up, when I felt like it, my bank account reflected that. You know what I'm saying? But when I started getting disciplined and stuff like that, that's when things changed. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, that's when I started grading myself. I'm going back to what I said, ain't no teacher about to give you no grades or nothing like that. That's when I started grading myself. Um, But long story short, man, I started working for another company about 2 years because like I say, Waste Service, the only company that I work for. So I wanted to try something different. That's pretty much why I left them. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see how other companies ran themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I did that for 2 years. Then I went out on my own. Been out on my own now for 6 years. Time fly. Don't even sing like. All right, do your car, man. Way behind, ain't it? Let me see here. I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. Let me see. Let me see. Don't be afraid to burn the midnight oil. Learn all you can. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Burn that midnight oil. And you have to. I learned it from Jim Rohn, man. Hey, if you got a job, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. You know what I'm saying? So if you giving your job 8 hours, 9 hours a day, be honest with you, if you're gonna work harder on yourself than you do on your job, if you're working 8 hours a day for a job, I mean you gotta be working 9 or 10 hours for yourself. And that's burning the midnight oil. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people when they work a 9 to 5, and you can't blame them sometimes because that job taking so much out of them, but you gotta have another drive. Okay, when I get off, now I gotta start working for myself, my future. You know what I'm saying? Because you already gave somebody else 8 hours of your day. So now you got to give yourself 8 hours. And it is hard sometimes because you're working 9 to 5, you're going to give yourself another 8 hours. Now you up because you still got to eat, you got to sleep. So you might not get number 4, 5 hours sleep. But if you want to work on your future, though, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work harder on yourself than you do on that job. So whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? You got to get that book because ain't nobody gonna be watching you, motivating you to pull out that book and reading that book. You ain't got no cheerleaders. Hey, yeah, he doing a good job. You got to be your own cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? You gotta break it down and understand that. So I agree with that twin. burn that midnight oil. Cause say you need some metal glasses. All right. Cause say Frank say, and you get the reward of gratitude and accomplishment. Yes, sir. The company I was at charged $700 per pound. Yeah, man, that's what I say. That to me, that's greed. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. I'm gonna do let's say $700 a pound, right? And I'm knowing even if you paid $1,000 for that cylinder, I'm gonna do the calculation, man. They pay and then especially that's probably a large company, so they ain't paid $1,000 for that cylinder. Say let's say a drum costs $1,000, right? A drum of R22 had 30 pounds in there. So you do 30 pounds times 700. That's $21,000, man. You trying to make $21,000 off a drum that you pay. You trying to get a $20,000 profit off a job. So I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. And I know for a fact I can call my supplier right now and buy a drum or R22 for about $900. At the most, $1,300 if somebody. Man, I don't be playing. I call right now. Well, we're gonna call live. Go try and make $20,000. And some companies do that, but I know the reason around it. Sometimes you want to charge a lot for R22 because you want them to replace the system. But you can still buy R22. And I ain't talking about substitute because I buy straight R22. Y'all, every now and then, if I'm a convert, if it don't have nothing in it, if I know it's flat or something, I replace a part or something like that, or I fix the leak by brazing, I go 407C. But to me, that's just greed right there. Let me see. Let me see how much they charge them today.
Thank you for calling Century AC Supply, your trusted one-stop shop for high-quality HVAC equipment and supplies.
More coffee, man. They coffee
13
cold.
locations across the Houston area. We're ready to serve you. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., with most locations open Saturdays, 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Visit www.centuryac.com 24/7. Thank you again for holding. We will be right with you. If you would rather leave a message and have a sales representative return your call, please press 1. Otherwise, please remain on the line for the next available sales representative.
Did you know that Century offers training classes? We offer EPA study guides, prep classes, and certification tests for multifamily maintenance technicians. For those that want to earn CE hours, we host classes by TACAC.
No, they ain't that busy today, is it?
We would like to thank you again for choosing Century AC Supply for all of your HVAC needs. Unfortunately, we are experiencing an extremely high volume of calls at this time. If you would like to leave a message to be returned as soon as possible, please press 1. Otherwise, please stay on the line and the next available.
All right, man. They got me on hold too long, man. We're gonna see how much drama. Yeah, what I say, man. Some people, man, it's greedy.
Local branch to learn more about these convenient services. And thank you, Jesus.
What I did. Hey, Mike, I was calling to find out how much R22.
For what company?
Washington AC and Heating. $920.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Look, $920 for a drama R22. And like I say, and I just reading here 9-4 say that's the reason why he left. Yeah, man. That's why even when I'm talking about waste service, where I started, where I'm so blessed, and that's another reason I'm making my point too. A lot of people want to start off at $8 an hour, but like I say, when I sat in front across that manager, he told me, man, hey, whatever inside that building, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be expected to work on, you know what I'm saying? So if I would have took that $18 an hour job, I probably still just been running duct work right now. Because it's a residential company, and like I say, company that turn you into salesmen. They don't teach you to repair nothing. But I work for Waste Service. When I work with them, we ain't install a lot of equipment. No, we expect to work on that equipment. You expect us to repair the equipment. I don't care if that equipment was 1963. You expect to work on that equipment. You know what I'm saying? So we worked on ice machines, 50-ton chillers, cooling tower, split systems, rooftop package units, IntelliPacks, carrier units, everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I'm changing the 06E compressors out by myself. Man, so that's why I'm saying, man, it don't, just because you with a company don't mean you start filling out application. Get you a good fit. You know what I'm saying? Try to get with a company got your best interests at heart. And no company really gonna have your best interests at heart. A lot of companies, they need to make money. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just to teach you nothing, need to make money. So take advantage of it. But let me get ready to wrap this up, man. What's up, Mark? What's up? What's up? HVAC people. Cause say he got that link when he start. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, that Jabber link on all my videos though. So Jabber been a sponsor for my channel for probably about 4 years now. Cause say I'm 60 long haul. I remember you said you're not cheap. Were you cheap when you started? Nah, man, I ain't never been cheap, man. Never. Even fresh out the gate. I mean, I'm cheaper than what of course, throughout time, but I never, nah. That's funny too, because a lot of people find me on YouTube, some customers, because I ain't never set this channel out to get customers or anything like that on YouTube. But for whatever reason, some people be thinking I'd be cheap. Nah, man, I ain't never. I always been competitive in my pricing. You know what I'm saying? I am not, because I know for a fact, man, I've been behind companies and stuff like that. I know they got a green tech, don't know what they doing. Charging 3 times more than what I charge or something like that. And I'm knowing like I'm seeing some of the work. You know what I'm saying? That's the cool thing about being an owner and operator too. You see a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't finna cheat myself, you know what I'm saying? I know if I'm a good technician, I'm finna charge accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna charge more, if not I'm fit to be up there with the big techs, because I know for a fact any of those companies, those big companies, they'll love to have me as a technician. So why wouldn't I charge accordingly? You know what I'm saying? I don't charge just I'm charging for my future too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the field working. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older too. I don't want to be now. I need a retirement plan and everything. You know what I'm saying? My wife needs a retirement plan. Kids need a retirement plan. So kids need education. So I'm not just working insurance overhead. I'm not just working. I know a lot of us have the mindset. Man, this company they paying me $30 an hour. Sure, all I need to if I can just charge $100 an hour, I'd be straight. Yeah, you'd be straight, but when you work for a company, $30 an hour, that's guaranteed check. You know what I'm saying? You got to look down the road when that phone ain't ringing. You know what I'm saying? You know, so nah, you got to charge them quarterly, man. Cause these insurance companies, they taxing out here. I say, how did you raise your prices, man? Just raise your prices. I mean, it ain't rocket science. You raise your prices. You have to know. And that's another good thing about we were speaking with earlier, getting a CPA, getting the books. You got your books and stuff like that. You know what's going out and what's coming in, man. Because trust me, man, commercial auto insurance, stuff like that is expensive. You know what I'm saying? And then I got stuff like, even if you can Java CRM software, you got company cams. I'm running a legitimate company. This stuff costs. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your CRM software. You making the experience easier for your customer. Like I say, it's customer relationship management, but charge for that. You know what I'm saying? You doing tap to pay or something like that. You send a text message, they just pay right there on your phone. Charge for all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you give them a nice PDF. You know what I'm saying? You working with real estate agents and stuff like that. You getting professional quotes. They can use that stuff for their reference. You know what I'm saying? They can, man. So you got to charge accordingly. So just raise your prices. I'd rather you be high than cheap. You know what I'm saying? Be more, yeah. Be high. You're not scamming nobody. Be expensive. You're not scamming nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I like to send quotes. Send quotes before you do a job, because if somebody agree to pay you something, they agree to pay you that. So it's not like you fraud them or something like that. No, they agree to pay. They sign off on that quote. So charge accordingly, man. Cause say high pressure sales into new system. Yeah. Bingo. That's why I say, yeah. That's why a lot of people charging, look, $700 for some R22. Ooh, wait. Yeah, man, they trying to make $21,000. Imagine that. They make $21,000. Because I'm looking at my little calculator thing right now. I know y'all can't see it. But if you use your calculator and do 700 times 30, you will get 21,000. Like I said, a drum R22 right now, $1,000. That's $20,000 profit. So you working for that company. Let's see here. You work for that company paying you $25 an hour, right? So I'm gonna do 25 times 40. That's $1,000, right? Out there, one drum of refrigerant, you get $40 a week. That one drum of refrigerant, they done paid your paycheck for the next. Let me see. What's 20? 20,000 divided by 1,000. Yeah, they done paid your check for the next 20 weeks. That was easy math. They done paid your, okay. Cause say they was at $32 an hour. So I'm gonna do 32. You say 32.50 times 40. So that's 1,300 then. So you just do 1,300. So that profit off that one drum of refrigerant, 1,300 divided by, yeah, they got you covered for the next 15 weeks. Out there one drum. That ain't count the capacity you changed out on that unit, the contactor. That's just the refrigerant. They got you covered. All right, HVAC people, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Like I say, click on the link in the description below. Hey, job for 20% off. What's up, Saeed?
What's going on?
All right.
So I already opened the sub form.
Mhm.
I couldn't find no